Hope the ad reads. In, folks, we got a beautiful day for baseball here on this lovely Friday. We got another 7-inning thriller between these two rivals, the Western Nebraska Pioneers and the Nebraska Outlaws. I'm Bob Parsons. I'm joined by my partner, Lucas Macklin. And these teams have seen a lot of each other these last couple days. What have you taken away from it?
It's been a lot of high-scoring affairs. The offense has really come through so far in these two matches. I guess 3 games, because we also had the resumed games. And really it just came down to who was able to score the most runs, especially late. The Outlaws twice came from behind. They came from behind multiple times in that game on Wednesday night, and then last night in that last inning put up 7 runs in the 7th before the Outlaws, or Pioneers rather, were able to get 1 at least. So it is, like I said, it's been a lot of back and forth games, some close games as well, and we'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, the key to these games has been getting to the bullpen and getting through those pitchers. Guys like Austin Feldman really came up big for the Pioneers. Obviously, they weren't able to pull that one out. However, he was hitting the zone really well, and he was getting efficient outs, and that's really what you need to see out of your pitchers, especially with these drained bullpens.
Yeah, and especially out of these two starters, going to try to give some length. Brock Berry, who has given a good amount of length so far for the Outlaws, and then Peyton Markheim making his second appearance, his first start. He pitched well in his first appearance, and he'll try to give some length as well.
Yeah, Brock Berry has 8 innings over 2 starts, he's got 6 punch-outs so far in those appearances, or both of them being starts. Last time he struggled a little bit of a smaller ballpark, and that good Wranglers lineup definitely got to him. He's just got to work on a little bit on nibbling the zone a little bit more and not leaving so much over the heart of the plate.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the kind of the big thing, is just trying to get a lot of weak contact. But again, the ball, as we said, has been flying these last couple of nights. It's been hit really, really hard, and it's going to be interesting to see. And on the other side of it, you've got Peyton Markheim, who in his first appearance went 2 innings, end up giving a couple of runs in his second inning of work, but struck out 4, didn't walk anybody. And that was kind of the big thing, especially in that first game where walks were an issue for the Outlaws, or for the Pioneers, rather. He came in, and he did a good job at staying in the zone. Again, the Outlaws were able to kind of see him a little bit better in that second inning, so it's going to be interesting to see how he starts and then how he adjusts as he goes along in that game.
And it's going to be a little bit interesting how the bullpens handle it. It will be interesting to see how the bullpens handle it with Christian McKernan supposedly being the first arm out of the pen, as well as Grayson Matlock being the second arm out of the pen for the Outlaws.
Yeah, we saw some really good work from Matlock. He's got a pretty solid arm, obviously a catcher traditionally, and he was able to do a good job whenever he was out there, and he'll try to do the same again tonight.
Yes, and once again, we are here on the Platte Valley Investment Center pregame show. You're tuned in to the home of the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Tonight's matchup is brought to you by Platte Valley Investment Center, your trusted hometown team for all your investment needs. And we're bringing you this broadcast live from the Logos broadcast booth. Logos is your home for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Shop the showroom or have something custom made at Logos, 1344 10th Street in Gering. We're going to head to a quick break here on KNAB and the Front Range League Network. We'll be right back. Tyrese Halliburton. You said you've done basketball before, right?
I've not done basketball. It's like the one sport I haven't done.
You've done football, though?
Yeah, it's high school football. It was a lot of fun. It was my second game I ever did. It was a walk-off 2-point conversion.
Awesome.
It's sit in the middle between two separate broadcasts, and all I had was to say that mic, so you could barely hear me.
You're gonna see how awesome it is.
Thank God we don't have two broadcasts going at the same time. I can't imagine.
NBA guys, here's how
Hold on. Yeah. Because we don't have because we have just did not have time.
I got an interview done.
Yeah, because your team was here. My team didn't get here, and the time
I
we
don't
got
think
here,
they care about me and Brock's riddles. Brock, what was your favorite riddle?
oh my God, the Cardinals are down 3-0 in the first inning. Oh my God, what a but you know what?
What? Oh no.
What? Where to get hit though? That's the question.
It's not terrible.
No, it was like, never take for granted those 2,000 person crowd at Austin over again. We did we had the highest amount of people at a game since like 2019 last year during the 4th of July weekend. I don't even know when. We were just
You
playing
know
for
we're
fun.
playing on the 4th of July now, right?
I figured we were. I'm surprised we weren't so good enough.
Welcome back, folks. I'm Bob Parsons. I'm joined by my partner, Lucas Macklin, and you are listening or watching Pioneers versus Outlaws baseball. We got a good one for you tonight. About the fourth of this kind of four-game set in this week's kind of series. Obviously, the doubleheader yesterday with the resumption of that one game. And then they also played Wednesday night in a bit of a thriller, 24-14.
And even when you look at the scores, obviously some of them are a little bit further apart than you would have expected. But even in that 24-14 game, it was really close up until those last couple of innings. It was back and forth all game. And then last night you had the first game that ended 12-11. Tying run at third base for the Pioneers, just couldn't come through with it. And then the second game, Pioneers won 9-6, another close one. The Outlaws made it interesting at the end. So it's been a lot of close baseball between these two teams, and now we've got one more game here this week before both these teams will each play the Wranglers once this weekend in Fort Morgan.
Yes, and both of those games will also be 7-inning games. The Wranglers will play a doubleheader tomorrow, first against that 19U Brush team, and then Sunday against the Pioneers. Make sure to tune into the YouTube for those ones. Tonight's starting lineups are presented by the University of Nebraska Medical Center College of Nursing, UNMC. Is preparing the next generation of nurses with hands-on training, expert faculty, and real-world experience all close to home. If you're ready to make the difference in your community and start a rewarding career in healthcare, discover your future with the UNMC College of Nursing in Scottsbluff. For more information, contact Megan Graham at 308-632-2024. And those starting lineups tonight for the visiting Western Nebraska Pioneers. Leading off and playing second base is going to be Austin Feldman. Followed by him is going to be Lancaster playing shortstop. Followed by him is the hot bat of Gino Maccarini. And then hitting cleanup is the always dangerous hitter Jack Hogan. Hitting in the 5 spot, hailing from Osaka, Japan, is going to be Daiki Tawara playing right field. After him is going to be Jacob Solis manning center field. And that is the new Pioneer, Deshaun Harvey, who has looked good so far. He will be out in left. Jackson Raff, the always consistent catcher, will be hitting in the 8th spot. And then rounding out the order will be Ray Zamaripa, playing another new position at third base today. And then for your home team, the Nebraska Outlaws, leading off tonight and playing shortstop will be Xander Martinez. Followed by him will be the new outlaw, Tegan Maloney. He'll be playing center. Then after him will be Seth Onnested, who has proved to be dangerous at points. And the guy after him is about the same story, Lee Jones, who's been swinging a hot bat. He will be playing first base. Followed by him is Kingston Lee. It's always fun when those guys are back-to-back. Kingston Lee, Lee Jones. Kingston Lee will be playing third base tonight. After him, it will be Isaiah Murillo. He'll be playing right field. Followed by him will be Grady Manuel playing DH. And then playing catcher for the first time for this Outlaws team is going to be Luke Banning, one of those Banning brothers. And then rounding out the order and playing second base will be Bennett Cherry.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how both these lineups do. Again, they've been really hot as of late. Speaking of hot, that 7-8 spot for the Pioneers. Sean Harvey so far in his young Pioneers career, 9 for 12 at getting on base. He's walked already 7 times. He also has a single and a home run as well. And then you have Jackson Raff, who has reached in 8 of his last 9 plate appearances as well. Both those guys have been swinging really hot bats, have been doing a good job at just finding the way on base and maintaining a good zone. And it's going to be exciting to see what those guys do at the bottom of the lineup. And on the other side of it, I mean, that 2-3-4 is as dangerous as any as you'll find. Tegan Maloney has come in and he's hit the ball really well, especially showing a lot of really good opposite field power. And Seth Onnested, obviously, you've seen a lot of power from him. Lee Jones has been hitting a very scorching bat as of late.
Yeah, Tegan Maloney, not sure what to expect from him on the hitting side coming into this summer, as he is mainly a pitcher. Set that New Mexico State record in strikeouts for a high school career. But he has come in, like you said, showed a lot of power to that opposite field. Once again, we don't have a lot of wind tonight. It's going to be a warm night here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium. So just looking to see how well the ball can travel. And for the opposite side with the pitchers, you want to try and nibble on the zone. You don't want to leave too much over the heart of the plate.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see. But with that, that's going to be the end of the Platte Valley pregame show. We'll take a short break. When we're back, we'll have the national anthem and first pitch for you here on KNEB and on the Front Range League Network.
Welcome back in, folks. I'm Bob Parsons. I'm joined by my partner, Lucas Macklin. And we have opening pitch coming up here soon. As always, our opening pitch is brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. It's love at 425 degrees. And don't forget to register for the Papa Murphy's Text Club for a sweet deal. We will see what Brock Berry has. This is the first time he's faced the Pioneers. All those runs coming against the Wranglers. Obviously, those were two high-scoring affairs. Most recently on Tuesday night, where it was 15-5, where the Wranglers took home the win.
It'll be the first time that he faces these these Pioneers, and maybe he'll have a little bit more success against this team. As you mentioned, sometimes teams got your number, and obviously that last outing in Brush, it's a tough place to play, shorter ballpark, and obviously you're also in a higher elevation. So we'll see if he can do a little bit better tonight for his team. And again, at the end of the day, trying to get length. If he can get another 4 innings, that'd be huge for this Outlaws team.
And I understand that it's not totally related to baseball, but we've seen the guys that did the riddles on the bus ride back the other day from Fort Morgan play exceptionally well. Brock Berry was my bus buddy, so we were both doing the riddles together. Had a chance to talk to him before the game. He plays at Dakota Wesleyan, and he's from the western Nebraska area, being from Chadron. We'll see what he can do here with this potent top of the lineup for the Pioneers. Feldman obviously going yard in that last game. Macarini swinging a hot bat, and as always, Jack Hogan is always hard to retire.
Yeah, this lineup's been playing a lot of good baseball as of late, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can go out there and try to give their pitcher, Peyton Markheim, an early lead. Like I said, you saw Feldman hit the ball really well in his second at-bat of yesterday's game. Lancaster's done a good job at getting on base, and then you got Macarini and Hogan. It really, top to bottom, this lineup has been hitting the ball really well this week, and we'll see if they can keep it up.
Berry gets the sign. And we are underway. Swung on, hit into right field. That's going to get down for a leadoff single for Austin Feldman. And again, this lineup is going to attack. If you're Brock Berry, you got to know to kind of nibble at the zone a little bit more. I understand that wasn't the best bat to ball there from Feldman, but he is able to muscle that out into right field for an opposite field bloop single.
Yeah, there's sometimes it's just the way sometimes when you're hot, you'll find any ways to get hits, and there's another one for him there.
Berry checks to first. Looks to bunt. Looks like it completely missed the bat there and sprayed off the mask. Luke Banning, who's playing his first game at catcher for the Outlaws. It's now 0-1 here on Tanner Lancaster. The 0-1. Lands the off speed for strike 2 here. And like Coach AC has been trying to implement with this pitching staff, landing those spinners for strikes. See if Berry can put them away here. Checks over to first. That's a close play, but he's back safely.
Feldman was getting quite the big lead over there at first. We'll see if he, maybe not in this at-bat, or at least at this pitch, he wants to try to take off for second. Haven't seen him steal a base yet this year.
The 0-2 on its way. Just misses, it looks like, at the top of the zone there.
Not a bad pitch at all. Just couldn't quite get the call in the inside corner.
We'll see how Berry responds here. Feldman takes his lead. Berry gets his sign. Berry delivers. Feldman's on the run. Swung on and missed. They are unable to get the strike him out, throw him out, although Berry does collect his 7th strikeout of the year and the first out of the game. And in steps the dangerous Gino Macarini, who has swung a very hot bat for these Pioneers.
And in particular, he's been really good in these first innings. He's had extra base hits in each of his last 3 first plate appearances to start a game.
Feldman over at second now. Berry delivers. Misses. That's going to get to the backstop. Feldman's going to cruise into third base. And now there's a runner on third with just one out. And again, this is the first time behind the dish for Luke Banning. First time catching Brock Berry. Luke Banning, another one of these young catchers for the Outlaws. He's a class of 2026 grad. The reason he showed up a little bit late here for the summer. It's 1-0 here on Macarini. Sets, fires. Swung on, fouled out of play to the right side. That's going to even the count at 1-1.
Right now, Macarini, you just got to find a way to get that run in from third. That is your only job right now. Anything extra that comes with this at bat is just icing on the cake.
And the infield is giving up that run if he's able to put it to the middle. The 1-1 misses in is now 2-1 here on Macarini, who's playing DH tonight. You got to wonder if his arm's hanging a little bit after that pitching appearance last night. The 2-1 from Berry. Swung on, fouled back. The count's going to even at 2-2 here. If you're Berry, you got to make sure that off speed does not get by the catcher Banning. You do not want that runner to score on 2 wild pitches here. Berry sets. Delivers. Swung on, grounded to the shortstop. Martinez throws on the first. It's in time. The run will score. But the Outlaws have their second out.
And right there, especially with 2 strikes, that is a perfect job by Macarini just to put it in play and get that run home, get the early lead, and we'll see if Hogan can try to muster up some 2-out rally magic here.
And if you're Berry, you just want to limit the crooked innings, which was a bit of an issue last time when he pitched against the Wranglers. The entire pitching staff struggled with that a little bit. So they're run ruled with 3 different 4-run innings. The dangerous Jack Hogan steps into the right-handed batter's box. Berry delivers. Swung on, fouled off to the right side. For strike 1. Bit of a packed house here tonight for Fill the Park here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium. The 0-1. Fouled off to the right side once again. See if Berry can put him away here.
Hogan on the year, just 1 single, has 3 doubles and 2 home runs.
Berry looking to nibble at the zone here, especially up in the count 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. Swung on and missed on the fastball in the outer half of the plate. He started with 2 off speed, and he lights him up with that fastball in the outer half for strike 3. And we will head to the bottom of the first inning, but not before the Pioneers get the first run of this one. Is 1-0 Pioneers on the West Coast scoreboard. We'll be right back here on KNAB and the Front Range League Network.
From the first moment I saw you, I knew I had to make you mine. Wanted to know everything about you. I didn't want to waste no time. What's something
Lucas Macklin. You are listening to Western Nebraska Pioneers Baseball. And a proud partner for today is Wells Fargo. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo advisors have created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst at 308 632 7561. Together, we'll go far. And we're going to see Peyton Markheim here on the bump today. And again, it's his second appearance here for the Pioneers, and he's going to need to get some innings here against this potent Outlaws offense.
Yeah, excited to see what he can give here. Again, he looks good in his first appearance, this time his first start. He made 16 appearances this last season for the Western Nebraska Community College Cougars.
And Xander Martinez is hit with that first pitch, and he is fired up about it. They're trying to answer after that first inning run from the Pioneers.
It's an unfortunate way to start. I was going to mention in his lone start he went 2 perfect innings, but can't say the same for this one. He's already hit a batter.
We'll see what Tegan Maloney can do here from Roswell, New Mexico. First pitch misses low for ball 1. And again, a very taxed Pioneers bullpen, so you want to try and get deep into counts early and put stress on Markheim. The 1-0 swung on, fouled back for strike 1. Count's getting even at 1-1.
And Maloney, similar to Harvey, has had a really good first couple of games here with the Outlaws. We mentioned this in pregame, but he's shown a lot of really good power at the opposite field.
See what he can do here. The 1-1 misses outside for ball 2.
Getting used mostly as a pitcher during this last college season, pitched 71 innings. But showing the ability with the bat here in the Front Range League.
The 2-1. Swung on and missed on the off speed for strike 2. Count's getting even at 2-2. If you know somebody that you know that serves the community here in Western Nebraska, make sure to nominate them for our Seats of Honor at the Front Range League website. As Markheim delivers the 2-2, and that's going to land for strike 3 and out number 1 of this inning.
Did a good job working that corner on that last pitch. It's a tough one for Maloney to try to take a swing at or take. Got the call in the outside corner. Big out number 1.
We'll see what Seth Onnested can do here. Seth Onnested, the Cali kid, currently going to Coalinga College, where Wranglers head coach T.C. Fairfield is at. Pitch to Onnested, misses low and away in the dirt for ball 1. Seth Onnested out of Mountain Center, California, in the Los Angeles area. The 1-0. Swung on, foul back for strike 1. Counts even at 1-1 now. And you have the dangerous battle, Lee Jones on deck. See if you can put some traffic on for him. The 1-1 misses low. Runner's going to go to second. Martinez dives in safely. Another good dirt ball read. We saw one of those yesterday from Zach Turk. Martinez gets another good one here to put himself into scoring position.
Yeah, that ball didn't get too far away from Raft, but as you mentioned, Martinez was going immediately when he saw that ball kind of get away a little bit.
The 2-1 on its way to Onnested. Misses in for ball 3. And this is the last thing you want to do if you're Markheim, do a little bit of trouble in the first inning. Markheim checks the runner, sets, fires, misses in once again on Onnested for ball 4. Second free pass of the inning for him. And up steps Lee Jones, the 6'5" lefty playing first base tonight for the Outlaws. See if Lee can find something he can drive here with runners on first and second. The pitch lands for strike one. These teams have very much gone back and forth on the offensive side, so let's see if the Outlaws can respond here in the bottom of the first. The 0-1. Swung on, hit to first base side, bobbled by Hogan. Hogan throws it into left field. Martinez is going to score. Both runners will stay as Harvey was on his horse to get that ball that was thrown away by Hogan. A little bit of a bobble by Hogan, and then he rushes the throw, which sends it into left field.
It's one of those unforced errors you can't have as a team. And we'll see if Markheim can respond. It feels like he's just been a little bit uncomfortable against these righties so far. After hitting Martinez, he couldn't seem to find a strike against Onnested.
The 0-1 to Kingston Lee misses for ball one. Kingston Lee, the Big Island native, goes to Skagit Valley College up in Washington State. The 1-0 lands for strike one. The count is even at 1-1 now for the Outlaws' third baseman. The 1-1. That off-speed once again lands, is now 1-2 here on Kingston Lee. Outlaws looking to take the lead here with runners on first and second with just one out. Kingston Lee's going to fight here, though. The 1-2 on its way. Swung on, fouled back. There's a little bit of fight there from Kingston Lee, and these Outlaws hitters have shown a lot of fight on the offensive side recently.
They've also been really tough to put away. They haven't been afraid. Once they get two outs, they continue to rally. Scored a lot of two-out runs over these last 3 days.
The set. The 1-2 again. Swung on, hit hard, but missed by the shortstop. Lancaster's Onested's going to come home. Harvey bobbles it out there in left field, and they will not have a play.
Defense again letting Markheim down. Wasn't that hard hit. It's a play that you expect Lancaster to make out there. But instead, another run comes around to score.
And again, that's been the issue so far in these matchups between these two teams. It's been the Outlaws being able to make do with those errors that they've been given by the Pioneers. The 0-0 misses in to Isaiah Murillo. Isaiah Murillo, the Gering native, attending Peru State. Runners on first and second once again here for the Outlaws as they lead 2-1 now here in the bottom of the first. Murillo checks his swing. Umpire calls a strike. Not sure if that was on the swing or on the pitch. Count is now even at 1-1. The 1-1. Swung on, grounded back to the pitcher. He's going to throw it second. On to first. It's a double play, and they escape the jam, but not before the Outlaws capitalize once again on some errors by the Pioneers. It is 2-1 Outlaws lead. We're heading to the top of the second. You're listening to KNEB and the Front Range League Network.
Always be. I didn't know when I found you that I would find a love so true.
partner Lucas Macklin, and you are watching or listening to Pioneers Baseball. The Outlaws lead the Pioneers 2-1. We'd like to give a shout out to our partner at Monument Physical Therapy. Monument Physical Therapy understands that one size doesn't fit all. That's why they offer flexible treatment plans designed to fit any lifestyle. They have a board-certified orthopedic specialist who brings creativity, expertise together. And it's been a high-scoring affair once again. Already seen some scoring in that first inning.
Yeah, and in that first inning there, especially for the Pioneers, it was a couple free passes, and then the defensive error, really defensive woes. Even that one hit that the Outlaws got, it was a play that you expect your shortstop to make 9 times out of 10. He isn't able to glove it, doesn't really take the bounce he expects. That run ends up coming in to give him the lead. On the other end, it was just one hit, and then it was a stolen base, a wild pitch that allowed the runner Feldman to score on the ground out. So it's not been anything crazy so far. You expect these pitchers to bounce back. Both of them have good stuff, and they've shown it in that first inning, and felt like Markheim really felt kind of locked in at the end of that and then got himself out of that jam with that double play that he started.
The first pitch to Tawara. Swung on, hit on a line, but right at the 6'5" Lee Jones. Not exactly the target you want to hit it to out there in that field.
Yeah, he was playing pretty tight to that first base line. Had to be able to make that play there. Well struck, but as you mentioned, right to the defense. You kind of tip your cap and move on. You put a good swing on it, but sometimes it just doesn't work out for you.
And we've seen this field kind of play like the U.S. Open in golf, where the field has a mind of its own. And you might have some people out there rooting for the field itself to take advantage of these players. The 0-0. Swung on and missed on the off-speed from Barry. That was impressive right there as he gets Solis to swing at a pitch in the other batter's box.
And Solis so far, another one of these guys that's done a good job at taking his walks, 6 walks on the season. He's 10 for 18 at getting on base.
The 0-1 to Solis. Swung on, hit hard out to right field. Murillo's on it. He makes the grab. And 2 kind of lucky plays or defensive alignments so far for the Outlaws in this one.
Another one that was well struck. That one, if it's hit a little bit further into the gap, that's a double at least, maybe a triple. But instead, it's out number 2. You just realize you hit the ball well, didn't go your way, you move on.
In steps Deshaun Harvey, the lefty. Barry delivers, swung on and missed for strike 1. See if Barry can get a 1-2-3 inning here, which has been hard to come by these last couple days on both sides. The 0-1 swung on, hit, and that's going to get through the 4-hole just by Bennett Cherry for a 2-out single.
He continues to stay hot. Again, he's reached base in 10 of his 13 plate appearances, his 3rd hit so far. And we've seen it. He's got a stolen base potential. And with 2 outs, we'll see if he'll be on the move.
You got the catcher, Rav, coming up to the plate, taking off his shin guards. It's always a hassle of being a catcher. You got to keep your shin guards on in the on-deck circle if there's 2 outs.
Another guy that's finding his way on base a lot. He's reached safely in 8 of his last 9 plate appearances as well.
As they toss the first base coach helmet out to Roy Sanchez out at first base. Going to try and help Harvey out, who's stolen a couple bags so far this summer. The pitch, swung on and missed on a ball in dirt. Harvey's going to take off. The throw by Banning is not going to be in time. Again, those dirt ball reads have been very good from both teams.
He did a good job getting that secondary, and then immediately, once that ball was in the dirt, he was taking off. Another good read, and it puts a runner in scoring position now for Raff.
If you're Barry, you just want to attack this hitter and get out of this inning. He's ahead 0-1. Barry fires. Does not get the swing on that breaking ball. It count is going to even at 1-1.
I like that. Had him fooled on that first one, went back to it again. Raff, though, did a good job adjusting, not going after it.
See if he goes with a fastball here, possibly inner half. The 1-1 misses low again. Looks like it was that fastball, just missed. On deck is Zamaripa, who's playing another different position tonight. He was at catcher. He's been in the outfield. He's been in the infield. It's his 4th different position he's played for this team. 2-1 from Barry. Misses in. There's that fastball in. It's now 3-1. Now you can probably get away with landing that breaker on the outer half of the plate. Again, it's just adjusting the hitter's eyes.
And so he does here 3-1. So you either got to find the zone or you got to get him to swing at it.
3-1 on its way. It is that off speed on the outer half for strike 2.
It feels like he wanted to do that a pitch earlier in the count so he could have that at a 2-1 pitch instead of the 3-1, but worked out for him. Now he's got a full count. And really, so far, he's kind of had him guessing in this at-bat.
Yeah, again, he spiked that fastball that he wanted for that second ball. And he lands the off-speed for strike 3. Brock Berry gets out of a jam. Deshaun Harvey is stranded at second base. It is 2-1 Outlaws here on KNAB and the Front Range League Network.
My love is always yours. Something's changed, baby, this I know. Summer rains turn to winter snow, but I promise you for sure, girl, my love is always yours.
Welcome back, folks. I'm Bob Parsons. I'm joined by my partner, Lucas Macklin. And Brock Berry looked like he might run into a little bit of trouble there with the speedy Deshaun Harvey on second, but he's able to punch out Raff after falling behind on him 3-1.
It's a good job bouncing back in that at-bat and, again, getting out of that mini jam he was in.
We'll see what Markheim can do in his second inning of work as he will face 7, 8, and 9, and the errors plagued him last inning, causing both runs to score. Jack Hogan, that throwing error, then the error at shortstop by Lancaster.
So it was ruled a hit, so technically it is a hit, but it was one of those plays, again, you want your shortstop to be able to make. Just misread the ball over at short. But, yeah, at the end of the day, didn't give up too much hard contact, only gave up that one hit. Those first 2 base runners were by his own doing, a walk and a hit by pitch, but felt like he kind of reeled himself back in, did a good job on that play that came back to him. You see oftentimes those pitchers, they'll air mail, they'll miss that throw back to second. He threw it right on the mark to his shortstop, got the double play, and we'll see if he can use that to kind of propel him forward for the second inning, try to keep this at a 1-run deficit.
He's going to have to face this bottom of the Outlaws order that is trying to flip that order. You don't see the typical Braden Basie at the top of the order, also known as Gramps. Well, if he's really Gramps, he does need a day off, which is much needed after talking to him. Just the body's a little sore, just wanted a day.
Yeah, when you play so many games in so many days, you're going to oftentimes need to give some of your players a day off or two, so try to get recuperated and get back in there tomorrow.
First pitch, Emmanuel lands for strike 1. I also saw him helping out the hitters today in BP with their swings. The coaches have really liked the way he's taking that veteran presence. They said he's going to make a great coach someday. Manuel pops that into center, which is going to be played well out there by Solis for out number 1. We'll see what the younger half of the Banning brothers can do here. Luke stepping to the plate. Markheim sets. Delivers the 0-0. Misses low for ball 1. The 1-0 from Markheim. Looked like that was almost a mix-up there between Raff and Markheim, as Raff didn't receive that the best for ball 2. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Count is now 2-1. Markheim's moving pretty quick here.
He seems to be wanting to work quick, just go quickly, try to keep in his own rhythm rather than the hitter's rhythm.
The 2-1. Swung on and missed on the off-speed. Count's going to even at 2-2.
And he's got a little bit of a side winder throw from the right side, so he's trying to really mess up those right-handed hitting batters. It's after those first couple batters where he struggled to find the zone, he's doing a good job here so far.
The 2-2. He's going to miss in, and it got a piece of the umpire.
And it looks like Raff was expecting that one to break in as well, and it just didn't break in. It almost looked like it almost hit Banning. Be the third straight game an umpire gets hit.
You just got to hope he's okay down there. Looks like he got him on the arm, which you don't love to see. Not a whole lot of meat there. Just got to hope he's okay. And if you're looking for some of those interviews that me and Lucas do before almost every game, we ask some fun questions of the players. Our great social media coordinator, Natalia Guerrera, also gets some fun questions in there, whether it's their favorite baseball superstitions, whether they prefer hamburgers or hot dogs. If you're looking for those videos, make sure to check us out on Instagram, either the Western Nebraska Pioneers or the Outlaws or the Front Range League as a whole. And we're going to shout out another one of our great partners, The Dugout. The Dugout invites you to come check out the newest recreational option in Scottsbluff, and you can register online at info@thedugoutsb.com. Both coaches, Coach Tolar and Coach McCoy, helping out home plate umpire here. Looks like we're going to get back to baseball here in just a sec. We'll see what Banning can do here after a little bit of a break. That can always impact the pitcher or the hitter. We saw that happen yesterday with a very long delay. The 2-2 on its way. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And after the delay, Markheim is able to dot that off-speed right where he wants it, low and out of the zone, and it gets the swing and miss.
He's been using that pitch a lot, especially against those right-handed batters. It's really tough because the way it's coming in from his arm angle, it's coming at them, and then it just finds its way either in the zone or below the zone. He's been using it effectively here. See if he can keep it up against the 9-hole hitter Cherry.
Markheim gets the sign. Oh, to Cherry. You saw that a little bit there. Just missed inside, but Barry hopped out of the way because, like you said, from that lower arm slot, it's going to look like it's going to hit you as a righty. The 1-0 misses low for ball 2.
I'd like to see him try to get that fastball to find its mark on that inside corner, get some of those called strikes. Maybe potentially even try to throw it on the outside part of the plate as well. Try to make them think it's an off-speed pitch coming away from them.
The 2-0. And it is now 3-0. If I'm the coach, I'd like to see Cherry stand in there a little bit more strong. If you're the 9-hitter, you're just trying to pass that stick there. I was always one. I was never afraid. If that off-speed pitch is not going to break early enough, just wear that on the shoulder. But he looks at ball 4 there, and he gets on base anyways. That's why you got the Evo shield on your elbow.
You don't like to see that extending the inning to face another batter you didn't really want to have to, but you can try to get a out here. Don't let the inning continue.
And now you have Xander Martinez, who did wear that first pitch. We'll see what he can do here. The 0 to Martinez. Lands on the inner half of the plate. Again, I think that arm slot is messing up some guys here. I think that ball's definitely got some movement on it as well when you're coming from the side.
And used the term effectively wild last night. Well, with that first pitch hitting Martinez, took a little step out after that pitch was coming out of him, then dropped into the zone.
It is now 1-1. Although I've been told by the players that that was a joke, that I would refer to Gideon Leslie as effectively wild. Markheim might be as he lands that pitch for 1-2. Hoping to get out of this inning, stranding Cherry at first. Runner on first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. 2-1 Outlaws lead. The pitch misses low in the dirt. Good stop by Raff there. It counts getting even at 2-2. Our West Coast scoreboard reads Outlaws 2, Pioneers 1. Outlaws looking to add on here. As it has been an offensive-heavy week, they know they're going to need scores to score runs to win these games. The 2-2 misses low once again. Another great block by Raff. Count's going to run full here on the leadoff man, Xander Martinez.
And this is why you need to be able to land that fastball. If you're not able to hit the fastball, the off-speed pitch is a lot easier to lay off of. That one just dropping too low for him.
The payoff. Cherry gets a head start. He's going to miss in for ball 4. And it is back-to-back walks here from Markheim with 2 outs. Now you're going to get into the dangerous part of the lineup here where these guys can really leave the yard, although Xander Martinez has put some good swings on some as well. First pitch to Maloney. Lands on the outer half for strike 1.
He's been effective against these left-handed hitters so far, though. Again, it just feels like he's really comfortable against these lefties, being able to use the left side of the plate.
Misses there for ball 1. Maloney looking to do some damage here with runners on first and second and 2 outs. The pitch from Markheim. Swung on, hit hard, but foul and out of play for strike 2. We are here in the bottom of the second, and Markheim is looking to get out of another mini jam here with 2 outs. This Outlaws team is very good with 2 outs, and they've shown it all year. The 1-2. Misses just on the outer half of the plate. Count's going to even at 2-2.
That's a really tough take there from Maloney, who was called on a pitch very similar to that in his first at-bat. Tried to get the same call, couldn't quite hit that outside corner.
The 2-2. Misses low and away. Another great pick there by Raff, and especially in that dusty home plate area, that is not an easy pick to make as the dirt can cause that ball to go any way possible.
Second straight full count here from Markheim. We'll see if he can end up on the right side of it this time.
The payoff, the runners will get a head start. Misses low and in again, and it's 3 straight walks. And up comes the powerful bat of Seth Onnested, and out comes Coach Tolar to talk to him. There's a little bit of action over there in the Outlaws, the Pioneers bullpen. a little bit unclear who that is down there. We'd like to thank our partner with this during this meeting, Russell's Automotive. Russell's Automotive, your family-owned go-to for all your quality automotive repair needs. And definitely going to want to talk this over. Seth Onnested has already done damage with the bases loaded this year. We'll see if he can put together another grand slam here for the Outlaws. Though does Onnested swings at that off speed and misses. Onnested takes time.
You really need to get a big out here. You know, if you can't get it, obviously, you know, walk puts in a run, but you really want to keep this game as close as possible. It's been a jam of his own making.
The 0-1. Swine missed at the off speed once again. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to it. Now 0-2 on the 3-hitter for the Outlaws, Seth Onnested. Bases are juiced here with 2 outs. The 0-2 on its way. Swung on, hit out of play to the right side. See what Onnested can fight here. The 0-2. Misses low, and that's going to get away from the catcher, Raff. Bennett Cherry's going to stay at third. As that didn't get a good jump on that one, so probably safe to stay put. Count's going to go to 1-2.
Yeah, that would have been close, and if you didn't get a good jump initially, it was really probably wasn't going to go well for you. You didn't get that far away from Raff. Maybe got a little bit further away than what Cherry was expecting over at third.
The 1-2. Swung on, hit well up the middle. Seth Onnested strikes again. They're going to wave Xander Martinez home. The throw in from Solis is not going to be in time. They're going to throw over to third. And they're going to say he got Maloney trying to go first to third there on the hit up the middle, but not before Seth Onnested gets a nice 2 RBI single up the middle, and the Outlaws add on to their lead. The West Coast scoreboard reads 4-1 as we head to the third here on KNAB and the Front Range League Network. Gets into the box. Ray Zamaripa, who's playing his 4th different position for these Pioneers.
He's been all over the field, and he's played pretty good at wherever he's been. See if he can try to find his way into the hit column.
The pitch from Barry. Just misses high for ball 1. Brock Barry, one of those guys that's very involved in that great team chemistry for the Outlaws. The 1-0. Just missed on the inner half for ball 2.
Zamaripa did reach twice in his last game on the walk. He's a guy that likes to put the ball in play. Only struck out once.
Barry fires the 2-0. Lands that one for strike 1. See if Barry can battle back here. 2-1 count, nobody on, nobody out here in the top of the 3rd. Zamaripa takes time. Barry sets. Fires the 2-1. Lands that off speed for strike 2. Count's going to run even here for the leadoff man in the top of the 3rd. Got to win these even counts, like I always say. That's how you get the advantage. The 2-2. Swung on and missed on the off speed. A great punch out there by Barry, and he is loving that off speed tonight.
He's done a good job at using it on the inside and then dropping it off the plate when he wants to get that swing and a miss. Did it right there. Zamaripa couldn't stay on it.
And he set it up with that fastball inside. Again, adjusting the hitter's eyes. It doesn't need to be up and down. It can be inside and outside. If you get the hitter start backing off the plate, you drop that off speed away. They can't catch up to it. Feldman digs in. The 0-0. Lands for a strike. Barry's up 0-1. Barry fires the 0-1. Checked his swing. Umpire calls strike. Barry's ahead 0-2. He's got him set up with the fastball away. Wouldn't be surprised if he throws the off speed off of it away and out of the zone here on the 0-2. 0-2. Swung on, grounded back. We'll do the 0-2 again here. See if Feldman can battle here. The 0-2 coming for Barry. Swung on, hit well. Just off the glove of Xander Martinez. Looks like that might get through for a hit, and it does. Looks like he didn't get too much barrel on that, as that one kind of just floated up there for a bit.
Second time he's muscled it into the outfield. And again, Martinez was close on that one. Just couldn't bring it in. A one-out base runner. Feldman did steal second his last time. See if he tries to do that again here to put himself in scoring position.
You're Barry, you're trying to get that ground ball double play right here. Try and find some soft contact. The 0 to Lancaster. Swung on and missed for strike 1.
So far, the Pioneers haven't really been able to catch up to that fastball. Again, he's been utilizing the off-speed really well. Kept them guessing.
Might be living in those mid to high 8s right now. Barry checks on him at first. Good move Barry has. He's shown it off a couple of times, yet to be successful.
He also threw it in the perfect spot. Drove the glove right to the back of Feldman. The glove of Lee Jones.
He's going to do it again. Again, he's safe. Saw a couple very unsuccessful pickoffs yesterday from the Outlaws. It's very refreshing to see them be able to do that a little bit more successfully. The 0-1 just misses out of the zone for ball one. Count's going to go even. I like that Barry's doing that, giving his catcher a chance, keeping Feldman honest at first base. The 1-1 on its way. Swung on and missed on that off speed. Again, don't be surprised if you see a fastball in or up here off of that off speed, what Barry has been so successful at so far tonight. He lands the off speed, and Feldman's going to take off for second. He's going to be safe as the throw is not in there in time. Umpire called that a ball. So it is now 2-2. Feldman showing off those wheels as he showed off his arm pitching and his bat last night.
Couple of stolen bases for him already, and that's a big one right there. Now he's in scoring position.
The 2-2 from Barry. And it's going to get by Banning. Feldman's going to take off for third. He's going to be safe there. Caught a little bit of no man's land after that one got by Banning.
Yeah, it hit the leg of the umpire, so it didn't go directly back to the backstop. Feldman was kind of in the middle, decided just to go, and didn't slide either, which is a little bit risky, but did get there in time, and now chance to grab another run here if Lancaster can put this in play with a 3-2 count.
And that's going to bring the infielders in here on this payoff pitch. On its way. Swung on and missed on the off speed, and Barry is feeling it tonight. There's the second out of the inning and the second strikeout of the inning for Barry. The fifth on the night for him in just 3 innings. He's not known, at least this summer, to be a strikeout guy.
You know, one of the things he's done a good job is keep the walks low. It's usually been hits off of him, and again, walks not a single one tonight, and as you said, he's got the strikeout stuff working.
But now the dangerous bat Macarini. Oh, to him. Swung on and missed. Again, this is just the first time he's faced the Pioneers. So I wonder if a little bit of that is not seeing Barry before with these offensive struggles so far. The 0-1. Just misses with the off speed, and it's going to go 1-1. The 1-1 he swung on and missed is now 1-2 here on Macarini. You'd love to not have to face Hogan here in this inning. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes a fastball up and out of the zone here. Barry takes time, steps off the rubber. Big bat to retire here with the even bigger one on deck. The 1-2. Swung on and missed on the high fastball for out number 3. He strikes out the side with a single by Feldman in the middle there, but he strands him at third. It is 4-1 Outlaws lead here on KNEB and the Front Range League Network.
Hate it when my doubts and my fears swell up like the ocean.
Welcome back in, folks. I'm Bob Parsons. I'm joined by my partner, Lucas Macklin. And it has been Outlaws 4, Pioneers 1 here on that West Coast scoreboard. And Brock Berry looked like he had it on last inning. And we'd like to take a minute to shout out our partner, Herstead Monument. Herstead Monument Company, serving the Valley for over 100 years.
Yeah, right now, Barry just has the Pioneers absolutely guessing at the plate. Haven't really been able to do anything on them. Only just 3 hits, 2 of those coming off the bat of Feldman. Other than that, it's really just been all Barry so far. We'll see if they can kind of adjust in this next inning. But first, Markheim's going to go out there and try to get some quick outs.
And the big bat of Lee Jones fouls that first one back. If you're the Outlaws, you're just looking to add on here. The 0-1 lands there, and Lee Jones is behind early 0-2. Markheim looking to get some efficient outs this inning. The 0-2 on its way. Swung on, grounded to first. Hogan's got it himself for the first out of this inning.
He's done a good job of keeping these left-handed hitters off balance so far. And really, I mean, when you look at Markheim's night, it's been damaged a little bit, let down by his defense, of course, but a lot of damage is done to himself on these free passes. If he can stay in the zone, he's looked good so far.
And in steps Kingston Lee, who's been a surprisingly good two-way player. They weren't expecting him to pitch, but he's looked good so far on the bump and in the box. First pitch to him. Misses outside for ball 1. Kingston Lee got that single last time, that hard hit ball right at the shortstop Lancaster. He was unable to field it. Second pitch to Lee. Swung on and bounced. Looks like Raff got a little bit of dirt in his eye on that one. Umpire being a good umpire. Going out to the mound to deliver the ball, giving catcher Jackson Raff a minute. Who's played an exceptionally well defensive catcher position this summer, especially from what has been asked of him.
Yeah, he's really taken on a lot of catching innings, and he's not let that affect him at the plate. He's done a good job at the plate as well.
The 1-1. Swung on, hit out of play to the right side for strike 2. If you're the Outlaws, after that 3-pitch at bat from Lee Jones, you want to see Kingston Lee battle a little bit here, try and get that pitch count up even more from those first 2 long innings. The 1-2. Misses low. It's going to be 2-2 now. Love to see Gideon Leslie getting those steps in, retrieving those balls that get to the backstop.
You always got to stay active, even on your days off.
Even when you have a groin injury. The 2-2. Swung on, hit well out to center. Solis is going to have that one for out number 2. Good barrel, though, from Kingston Lee. We've seen a couple of those from him so far this summer.
Got a couple of quick outs here from Markheim, and you'll just see him try to get a quick out number 3. Last inning got 2 quick outs and then walked 3 straight batters before Onnested singled in a pair. Want to avoid that here if you can.
In steps the right-hander, the good contact back, Isaiah Murillo, who fouls that one back. Isaiah Murillo, Gering native. One of those guys that you can put all over the diamond and expect good results from. He's played center, he's played second, he's playing right tonight. The 0-1, swung on, hit well into that right center gap. That's going to get down, could be extra bases. Murillo motoring around with the bobble out in right field. He's going to motor in, standing up into second base as he throws that grenade towards the dugout. That electric Outlaws Sellies. They obviously have the hammer for their home runs, and we saw the grenade there from Murillo. with the double.
And once again, they're trying to put together a 2-out rally here. And again, if you are Markheim, you got to shut this down before it can get any damage on you.
The 0-0 to Grady Manuel. Lands for strike one. And a couple of those pitches earlier in this inning did get to the backstop. Got to try your best to not let that happen here now with the runner on second base. The 0-1 for Markheim. Manuel takes in for ball one. What a beautiful day for baseball here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium. The 1-1. In the dirt. Good block by Raff once again. Keep that runner where he's at. It's 2-1 here on Grady Manuel. The 2-1 on its way. It's going to hit him. A little bit there in the ribs. Again, letting those mistakes compound. Ball over the plate that Murillo's able to drive. Then he hits Manuel. Now you have Luke Bannon coming up to the plate. Looks like Tolar's going to go talk with his pitcher. And he's going to go to the pen here. Be interesting to see who he goes to with that limited amount of arms down there. And with this break, we'd like to thank another partner, Castle & Cook. Contact Jennifer Urdialis, your local 5-star lender with Castle & Cook Mortgage. For simple, friendly, and fast loan process for your home purchase or refinance, contact Jennifer today. Castle & Cook Mortgage, the key to your castle.
We'd also like to thank Floyd's Truck Center, your commercial, farm, and feed truck center, representing Freightliner, Western Star, and Harsh, 322 South Beltline Highway East in Scottsbluff.
It looks like he has gone to the Wranglers pitching coach, Chase Taylor.
Yeah, also still a college pitcher himself. This last year, pitched at Union Commonwealth. He also pitched at Coalinga College a couple years ago, so he's got familiarity with a lot of those guys over there. Just 22 years on the mound. Again, used as a pitching coach. He pitched a total of 32 2/3 innings over these last couple of seasons. But again, one of these guys that dealt with a lot of walk issues. Let's see if he can try to keep those low here. And again, going to go out there, try to eat some innings for this Pioneer squad, and hopefully try to keep this deficit where it's at 4-1.
A little bit of a funky windup there. We'll see what Taylor can do here. Doing a little double duty here. As the Wranglers have had the last couple days off, we'll see him be the pitching coach these next 2 days between tomorrow the Outlaws and on Sunday the Pioneers. Again, this Pioneers team really good at threatening with 2 outs, and they're showing it once again here in this inning. We'll see if they can do anything with it.
And you'd love for just to get a quick out here to end the inning, get your bats back up there, and see if they can get you some runs. But we'll see. You got the 8-hole hitter, Luke Banning.
You'd like to not get to the top of that order that's done some damage already tonight. This is college baseball. You got a guy that's 22, 23 years old on the mound and a guy that just turned 18 up at the plate. First pitch to Banning. Swung on, fouled off to the right side for strike one. Pardon me, Chase Taylor is only 21 years old. The 0-1. Runner's going to go. Murillo is safe at third base. Manuel did not trail there. Looks like Coach Grudy's having a chat with him over at third base. A great stolen base there by Murillo.
And did a little swim move there to avoid the tag from Zamaripa over there at third.
The 1-1. Swung and missed. There goes Manuel to second. They're going to get him. And that's going to do it. Chase Taylor not needing him to record an out as Grady Manuel is thrown out at second base. It is still 4-1. Outlaws lead here after 3 here on KNEB and the Front Range League Network.
You just gotta be fearless. You just gotta be fearless. You just gotta be fearless. You just gotta be F-E-A-R-L-E-S-S. Fearless. Once I get in and I put it in try. Ain't no more stopping me, don't even try. Controlling the chaos, controlling the vibe. Yeah. That's all the shots if you don't say. You'll never be heard if you don't say. Just gotta get out your own way. You can't learn to fly on your own if you don't let go. Step out of the shadows, into the fire. Don't be afraid to go out on a wire. Live in the moment.
Harry is on for his 4th inning of work here in the top half of the 4th inning. I'm Bob Parsons. I'm joined by my partner, Lucas Macklin. On our West Coast scoreboard, it's the Outlaws leading the Pioneers 4-1.
Yeah, and Barry's looked excellent out there. Gave up just that 1 run in the first inning. Simpson has been really shut down. Second time through this heart of the lineup, though, with Jack Hogan, Daiki Tuara, Jacob Solis, and Deshaun Harvey. Again, this offense is coming to form these last couple of days. This is a really dangerous part. We'll see if they can try to find something here. Again, second time through. You've seen him for 3 innings. See if you can figure something out. And again, so far he's really had these hitters guessing at the plate, whether it's a fastball or off speed. It's a good difference of speed and a difference of elevation, of course, between those two pitches. And we'll see if they can try to find some kind of pattern with him in this outing.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he faces this heart of the order for the second time through. Obviously, this is only a 7-inning game, so they only have 12 more outs to cover if you're the Outlaws pitching. And Barry has been very efficient, very good so far. But you got to imagine at what point does this Pioneers lineup figure him out, if at all? Jack Hogan steps into that right-handed batter's box. The 0-0 to him. Swung on, hit well out to left center field. Nobody's going to get there. Hogan's going to stay at 1 as Onnested and Maloney converge on that one.
And hopefully the Pioneers can try to use that as a little bit of momentum. Next 2 guys up both got good contact against Brock Berry. We'll see if they can try to straighten it out a little bit, find some green grass this time.
Sure, Barry, you're hoping to eliminate both these batters in one pitch here with a ground ball double play. The 0-0 lands on the outer half for strike 1. And he's had really good command today. That's been the key to his success. He's had really good control of that off speed especially. Been able to land it for strikes and with a put-away pitch. The 0-1. Swan missed there. And this On a day like today, this is not the count you want to be in with Brock Berry with when that slider's working. I imagine he's going to use it here. The 0-2. Hogan's going to take off, swung on, hit out to left field. And that's going to be off the wall. Hogan is motoring around third. He's going to be waved home. Tawara is going to be into second base. No throw for Hogan as Daiki Tawara has an RBI double here in the top half of the fourth inning. Again, a little bit of a hit and run there.
Did a good job just poking that into left field, just landing into fair territory. And again, Hogan, who was stealing, had to wait a second to make sure it wasn't caught, and then he started hustling and was able to score on that, get a run back, see if they can try to keep this momentum up with Solis, who again barreled him well last time up as well.
Berry sets, fires. The 0-0 lands for strike one. A lot of strikes from Berry. That's what we've seen all year. He's just got to stay away from the middle of the plate is when he's really successful. The 0-1 misses low for ball one. Runner on second. Nobody away here on the top of the fourth. Outlaws lead the Pioneers 4-2. Brock Berry's 1-1. Lands that off speed for strike two. And again, you do not want to be behind an account here to Brock Berry tonight. Let's see if he can put him away here. The 1-2. In on the hands. Are they saying that hit him?
I think they're calling it a foul ball.
Looks like it just got a piece of that bat there. We'll do the 1-2 again.
Yeah, and Solis immediately, he wasn't even going down to first. He knew it was just a foul ball as well.
See what we'll do here with the 1-2 after he set up that fastball in. He's going to throw the off speed. And that got the inner half of the plate for strike three. He set up that inside fastball, throws the off speed off of it for strike three and out number one. That is his sixth strikeout of the night here, just 3 1/3 innings through this one.
Yeah, just managed to get the call. It was a really close one. Solis didn't think it was strike three, obviously, but he goes down looking, and there's one away.
In steps the lefty Harvey. Oh, to Harvey. Swung and missed on that off speed. The off speed is working tonight. The 0-1 to Harvey. Just misses with the outspeed, trying to backdoor that one, and then it's ball one. Tawara stands on second. The 1-1. Misses in and low for ball two. First time this inning, Berry's been down in the count. See if he battles back here with a base open on first. Just misses with the off speed on the outer half and is now 3-1 on Deshaun Harvey, who has taken his walks this year.
Yeah, already 7 of them in 13 plate appearances. He also has 3 hits to go along with that.
The 3-1 from Berry. Lands the fastball. Deshaun Harvey did not think so as he flips his bat towards the dugout, but the count runs full.
There's also a little bit of a late call from the home plate umpire, but either way, it's a full count. You have to step back in and try to not let that affect him at all.
Here comes the 3-2. Swung on and missed on that fastball. And Brock Berry puts him away after falling behind, and that is his 8th strikeout of the game. He is putting up some numbers tonight.
Yeah, got that call on that last pitch and then just blew the fastball by the young 17-year-old Deshaun Harvey, who turns 18 in just a couple weeks.
2 outs here now with the runner on second. Berry looking to limit the damage with already one in. The 0-0 misses away for ball 1. To the catcher, Jackson Raff.
You'd love to find some green grass if you can get another run, cut that lead down to just 1 here. Don't want to let that runner at second with no one out to go to waste.
The 1-0 lands the fastball for strike 1. That fastball can look a lot faster when you're working that off speed and you're thinking, where's the slider coming? When's the slider coming? And then he just blows the fastball right by you. The 1-1 on its way from Berry. Just misses outside for ball 2. He's now 2-1 here on the Pioneers catcher. One on its way from Berry. Swung on, hit well. That's going to get through just past Martinez's glove, and that is going to be the 3rd run of the game for the Pioneers. And a clutch RBI single from Jackson Raff.
It's a big one there, taking advantage of the 2-1 count, just muscling it up the middle. He loves to put those either up the middle, a little bit over the second baseman's head. Continues his hot streak. He's now reached safely in 9 of his last 11 at-bats.
He's going to have to face Zamaripa here. The 0-0 lands a strike. See what Berry can do here with 2 outs. The 0-1 on its way. Misses with the off speed away for ball 1. The West Coast scoreboard now reads 4-3. Pioneers still trail the Outlaws here in the top of the 4th inning. Here with 2 outs and a runner on first. The 1-1 on its way. Swung on, hit hard. That's through the 4-hole for Zamaripa, and that is his first Pioneers hit. Raff unable to go first to third on that one.
Did a good job taking that to right field in between the hole between Lee Jones and Bennett Cherry over at second. Now brings in Feldman, who currently 2 for 2 in the game. Chance to try to tie this game if he can find some green grass out there.
Out comes Coach AC. Talk to Berry, try and get him through this 4th inning. And while AC's talking to him, we'll talk to you about one of our partners that we love, Ryan's Welding, selling PJ Texas trailers in a wide variety of sizes, as well as offering full-service welding shop.
I also want to let you know tonight's broadcast brought to you by Viero Wireless, Hometown Roots, Global Reach, Viero Wireless, Scottsbluff.
We'll see if Berry can get out of this jam here with 2 outs with runners on first and second. We'll see if Feldman can continue to do damage here. Tying run on second base. The 0-0. Inside, almost hit him for ball 1. See if Berry can get out of this still with the lead. The 1-0. Misses away for ball 2. A little bit of action down there in that Outlaws bullpen, but they'd love to get as many innings as possible from Barry. The 2-0. Just misses at the top of the zone for ball 3 here on the Pioneers leadoff man.
Just the second, scratch that, third 3-ball count Barry's been in this entire game. It's been super accurate. It's only his only 3-0 count he's been in as well.
3-0. Swung on, hit out to right. Murillo's got a read on it. Murillo will haul it in, and Brock Barry, 8 strikeouts through 4, but he's given up 3 now. The Pioneers still trail the Outlaws 4-3 on that West Coast scoreboard. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th here on KNAB and the Front Range League Network.
You just gotta be fearless. 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 Last time we talked, you had nothing to say. You chose to walk, give what we had away. I hope you get what you're looking for. But babe, with me, you close the door.
Are back, folks. I'm Bob Parsons. I'm joined by my partner, Lucas Macklin. And it's been a good game so far here on this Fill the Park night here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium. Chase Taylor is going to be on for his first full inning of work here. The Wranglers pitching coach coming over. It is 4-3, the Outlaws lead. That lead was cut into this last inning with the Pioneers putting up 2 in that top half.
Yeah, and with that, inning where they looked good, they put together a long inning. You'd love a quick inning from your pitcher. Get those bats back right up if you can. We'll see what Chase Taylor's got. He's got the top of the lineup due up. Scratch it. He's actually got 8-9-1 due up.
We'd like to thank another one of our partners, Independent Plumbing and Heating. Independent Plumbing and Heating Incorporated has been servicing the western Nebraska Panhandle since 1933. And in steps Luke Banning here to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. They're looking to respond. And it looks like Marcel Alexander, who closed out that thriller of a game yesterday, is on to pitch. He didn't throw that many pitches. He relieved Reisig. The first pitch to Banning fouled it off himself for strike 1.
And we'll see if they try to send Barry out there for one more inning. But you just have 9 outs left to get if you are the Outlaws. So, again, we'll kind of see which direction they want to go next inning.
Again, you're seeing the same arms a lot because of the limited pitching that is available. The 0-1 misses out for ball 1. Count evens. See if Banning can be a leadoff here. Cherry waits on deck. He walked last time. Swung on, hit by Banning. That might drop in. It's not going to. Solis runs it down out there in center field for out number 1. And in steps Bennett Cherry. He's hoping to flip this lineup card over for Coach McCoy. Marcel Alexander in the bullpen for the Outlaws out of Everett, Washington. Again, he closed that game down yesterday. First pitch to Cherry, popped up to the right side. All three fielders over there converging. They're not going to get there. Cherry's going to have a one-out bloop single.
Yeah, Hogan threw it in quickly, even though there was no one running. No reason to throw it in like that. Lancaster wasn't able to glove it, but thankfully didn't get far enough away for Cherry to advance to second base.
And that's going to turn the lineup card over. Now Xander Martinez coming to the plate. He's reached every time, but yet to get a hit. Hit in the first and walked in the second. He did score in that first inning. See what he can do here. Out of Modesto, California. Currently attending UW Platteville up in Wisconsin. First pitch to Martinez misses high for ball one.
So far in two batters here. Taylor's done a good job getting weak contact. Both of those were pop-ups. Unfortunately, one did drop in there, but it's good to see so far.
Behind the back of Martinez, that's going to get to the backstop. Bennett Cherry will get into second standing up. And the Outlaws are looking to respond here. It is now 2-0 on the leadoff man for the Outlaws.
Yeah, he just lost that pitch. Complete control of it. Behind Martinez, no chance for Raft to get to that one.
See what Martinez can do here. The runner on second looking to get an RBI. The 2-0 misses high for ball three. Gotta imagine it's gonna be picture day for him up there. With the 3-0 count. Just looking to respond here. Chase Taylor, who's known to have control issues. The 3-0. Behind his back again for ball four, and Martinez has reached for the third time today. And now there's going to be two runners on here for Teagan Maloney. See what Maloney can do here. Try and find some outfield grass. Hopefully get one in. Extend this lead. Pitch to Maloney. Misses low for ball one. You don't want to let 3 or 4 get up this inning for sure. Seth Onnested delivered the two RBI single back in the second. The 0-1 to Maloney. He misses again. It's been 6 straight balls now from Chase Taylor.
You really got to find the zone here.
See if Maloney's going to take a hack here on the 2-0. On its way. Lands it for strike one. Count's going to run to 2-1. Teagan Maloney, mainly a pitcher, but he's already proven that he can swing the bat. 2-1. Misses again. They're going to go over to first, try and nab Xander Martinez. They're not going to get him.
It's a good glove there by Hogan to make sure it didn't get by him, and if it throws a little bit quicker, could have potentially got Martinez back at first.
That can always be dangerous, though, if that one gets up the right field line. 3-1 lands. Count's going to run full here on the 2-hitter for the Outlaws.
With the power that Maloney's shown to left field, to the opposite side, I'd really like to see them try to attack him in here on this next pitch.
The payoff from Taylor. Misses low in the dirt for ball 4. And it is back-to-back walks here from Chase Taylor. And a guy that loves to hit with the bases loaded. Last time he was up, the bases were loaded once again. He got 2 RBIs. He already has a grand slam on the year. He has 2 home runs. And Seth Onstead out of Mountain Center, California, tends Coalinga. Taylor's 0-0. Swung on a miss by Onstead.
And the second time in 3 innings that the Pioneers have walked the bases loaded.
Just 1 out in the inning, needing a double play to get out of this one without facing Lee Jones. The 0-1. Swung on, but that's going to get by the catcher, Raff. Bennett Cherry's going to score standing. All the runners are going to move up as well. They're able to extend that lead. It is now 5-3. Outlaws lead the Pioneers. Onstead did swing at that one, so he is down 0-2 here with runners in scoring position now.
It was a good pitch, dropped off the table, and like you said, got Onstead swinging, but Raff just not able to block it. Outlaws able to get one of those 2 runs back the Pioneers got in the top half of the inning.
They'd love to get 2 more here in the bottom of the 4th. The 0-2 misses, low and away for ball 1. Obviously, Lee Jones awaits on deck. He has shown his power in the last couple days. Onstead's going to have to battle here. 1-2. He's going to look at strike 3 for out number 2 of the inning. In comes the lefty, standing at 6'5" from Toronto, Canada, is Lee Jones.
And he just dropped that one perfectly into the top corner, that front door bender. Big out number 2. You do have a base open here, so see how they work with Lee Jones.
First pitch to Jones. Lands on the outer half for strike 1. You'd love to get at least one of those runners in.
Jones so far has done all his damage, his big-time damage to center and right field, so it's not a bad idea to attack that outside part of the plate.
Swung and missed on a pitch low and away to the lefty Jones. He's down 0-2 here.
Normally, after those first 2 pitches, you wouldn't mind trying to bust a fastball up and in, but wouldn't be against going back to that changeup on the outside corner as well.
See what Taylor does here. See if he can escape this jam with just giving up 1. The 0-2. Inside, and they're going to say it's strike 3 for Lee Jones. Back-to-back strikeouts looking to end the 4th inning. We'll head to the top of the 5th. The Outlaws get 1 back. It is 5-3. The Outlaws lead here on the West Coast scoreboard. You're listening to KNAB and the Front Range League Network. And folks, I'm Bob Parsons. I'm joined by my partner Lucas Macklin, and we'd like to thank our proud partner Intralinks. Intralinks supporting computer systems in the Panhandle for over 20 years. We can review your systems and expenses to help your bottom line. With the team at Intralinks, technology isn't an obstacle, it's an opportunity. Call Intralinks for a free 1-hour consultation. Marcel Alexander is out of the bullpen for Coach McCoy. Sounded like he was going to go to Christian McKernan. He has switched that plan. He's gone with the lefty.
Comes in with a 2-run lead, and as we said, was able to get the final 2 outs of that game yesterday, both on the strikeout. One of those bats he did get out. He'll face in this inning in Gino Macarini. Got him and Harvey a swing with that tying run at third base. See what he can get here. He's got a clean inning to work with. Again, facing 2, 3, 4 in the lineup.
When Alexander has been able to hit the strike zone, he has been very effective, and he showed that at the end of last game. When he has a little bit of trouble with control, he can get into trouble. The 0-0. Swung on and fouled off to the right side for strike 1 here on Tanner Lancaster, the shortstop for the Pioneers tonight.
Yeah, and Lancaster did strike out twice against Brock Berry. Could have brought him back in to at least face him, but instead they go to Alexander.
And Alexander gets him with the off speed there for strike 2. Looks like there is more action possibly down in that Outlaws bullpen. And that is Christian McKernan. The 0-2 from Alexander. Great changeup for strike 3 for Alexander. And he just got that to run away from the righty Lancaster.
Yeah, he saw that slow pitch, thought it was going to be that back door. Instead, it was the changeup, and he went chasing after it. Just couldn't make contact. It's a big out number 1 for Marcel.
Here on the top of the 5th inning, 1 out as Macarini digs in. Macarini grounds it to third. Good snag by Lee. The long throw on, foul ball.
I thought it was fair down the line, too, but home plate umpire called it foul.
It's in the middle of a great call there.
You could have completed it. I was just letting you know it was ruled foul.
If he was going to complete the play, I was going to complete the call.
Was it a good snag over there at first by Lee Jones?
Yeah. Here's Macarini now with a 0-1 count. The 0-1 misses outside for ball 1. Count evens. It's really been the tail of the tape in the Front Range League so far. When you can throw strikes, you'll have success. The 1-1 lands on that outer half for strike 2. See if Marcel can put another hitter away via the strikeout. He's got the dangerous hitter up and Hogan on deck. Macarini is no slouch himself. The 1-2. Misses away again. This count's going to even at 2-2. Trying to get that same swing he got from Lancaster. The wind from Alexander. The 2-2 on its way. Misses low. Ball 3. Count's going to run full. Last thing you want is going to put the tying run up and Hogan up to the plate. Macarini digs into that right-handed batter's box. The payoff pitch on its way. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Marcel Alexander, and this Outlaws pitching has been punch-out dominant tonight. The 10th strikeout from Outlaw pitching in just 4 2/3 innings.
They're doing a good job. Still haven't seen a walk yet from them as well, and that's been, as you said, that's kind of been the big detail. No walks yet, and 10 strikeouts. We've had a really well-pitched game so far.
Oh, to Hogan. Lands there on the inner half for strike 1. Marcel winds. The 0-1. Misses away for ball 1.
One of the big things we've seen from him, as well as Brock Berry, they also just haven't really missed inside the zone all that much as well.
That is key for limiting hard contact. The 1-1 misses low for ball 2. See if Marcel can battle back here against the dangerous hitter, Jack Hogan. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. West Coast scoreboard reads 5-3. Nobody on. Marcel winds the 2-1. Swung on, hit well. Not well enough. Onestead is going to be under it for out number 3. And Marcel Alexander puts the Pioneers down in order for the first time in his career. And we will head to the bottom of the 5th. Outlaws lead 5-3. You're listening to KNAB and the Front Range League Network.
The tires, you burn the rope. So don't let me see your name lighting on my phone when it was you who let go of everything we could have been. Is it sinking in all your regret? No, you can't bring us back from the day. 'Cause when you know, and when you don't, when it ends, it ends. When it ends, it ends. I don't leave room to guess. When it ends, it ends. When it ends, it I did it all, I played pretend. I moved the mountains to be your friend. I wanna know if it mattered. I would have gone to war for you. I would have bent the earth.
Welcome back in, folks. I'm Bob Parsons. I'm joined by my partner, Lucas Macklin. We'd like to thank our partner at Chevrolet, Team Chevrolet, and the Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty on every new vehicle from Team Auto. We're here in the bottom of the 5th inning. After that, Outlaws pitching puts up another 0. And it is 5-3 as the West Coast scoreboard reads Outlaws in the lead here in the bottom of the 5th. And they're looking to add with Lee, Murillo, and Manuel coming to the plate.
I've seen some really good pitching on both sides overall. Seen some walks a little bit there from the Pioneers, and that's when they've gotten in trouble. But overall, like I said, seen some really good pitching from both sides. Chase Taylor back out there for another inning of work. He struck out the last 2 batters he saw.
King lines that one into the left center gap. He's motoring for 2, and he's going to go for it. The throw will not get in time, and Kingston Lee has a double as he throws that grenade towards the Outlaws dugout.
I see a couple of times that Harvey's overrun that ball and left on the ground. Just running a little bit too quick for it, but again, only at just under 18 years old, still learning some of that, especially this field, especially where it kills the ball so quickly.
Yes. It's been tough on the infield and outfielders. We've seen that already with Lancaster and now Harvey. In steps Murillo. See what the right fielder can do here. The 0 to Murillo. Misses up and away for ball 1. And you can't let that mistake to Kingston Lee that just got too much of the heart of the plate lead to a walk or another hit by pitch here. The 1-0. Strike on the outer half to even the count at 1-1. See if Chase Taylor can work around this leadoff double by Kingston Lee. The 1-1 to Murillo. Misses in for ball 2.
Saw him a couple of times get that front door breaker for strikeouts in that last inning, but didn't get it to break quite enough on that one.
2-1 coming from Taylor. Misses up and away for ball 3. Like I said, you can't let one mistake lead to the next. This is how those Outlaws get those big, crooked number innings that they've been so known for so far early on in this Front Range League season. 3-1 on its way to Murillo. Takes a ball high for ball 4. And we have runners on first and second here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Probably have a better answer for you in the 6th. But this is a good start. This is a good.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good start. It's a good idea to keep in mind for now.
The 0-0 to Manuel. Checks his swing. He went too far for strike one. See if Manuel can do some damage here at the bottom of this Outlaws order. The 0-1 gets away from Raff enough for both runners to advance. We've seen those control issues from Taylor. And they put him in a tough spot now with nobody out and runners on second and third. Grady Manuel, the Texas native, goes to St. Olaf College up in the great state of Minnesota. 1-1 on its way. Swung on and missed for strike two. Manuel's 0 for 1 so far today with a hit by pitch and a caught stealing. Manuel's going to have to battle here. The 1-2 fouled back. He is showing that scrappy outlaw fight that we've seen all year, being a tough out.
Yeah, the last thing you want here is a strikeout if you're Manuel at the plate. You've got to find a way to make contact, put that in play, and hopefully at least get one of those runs in, as right now corners are in a little bit even with the bags, but the infield, middle infield letting a run in if it comes to them.
The 2-2 misses. Pardon me, the 1-2 misses. Is now 2-2. See if Grady Manuel can put together a quality at bat here for the Outlaws and possibly get a run in. The 2-2 just misses at the top of the zone for ball 3.
Have it 1-2. Now it's to full. A walk here would be really heartbreaking after almost getting that first out of the inning.
The payoff pitch misses. Pardon me, lands it for strike 3 on that low and away corner. That's out number 1.
Yeah, and that's what you couldn't have there if you're Manuel. It's the third strikeout looking for Chase Taylor. All 3 strikeouts have come via looking.
We'll see what Luke Banning can do here. Oh, swung on, blooped. That's going to get down. Got jammed a little bit, but both runs are going to come in standing. The Outlaws extend their lead, and Luke Banning, a 1 out, 2 RBI single. Again, just able to put bat on ball there early in the at bat, and he gets rewarded for it.
He was a little bit jammed there, but able to muscle it out to right center field, and that was plenty deep enough to score both runners, as you mentioned. But right now, if you're Chase Taylor, you just got to rebound and try to limit the damage here in this 5th. Keep this game as close as possible for your offense.
And in steps the 9-hitter, Bennett Cherry. First pitch to him. Misses low. That's going to get to the backstop. And he's going to need something special here if he wants to get out of the inning with just 1 pitch. Eliminates that easy ground ball double play. Makes that slow outfield grass a possible reason for another run to score. He misses again. Up and in. Cherry is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk tonight. It is now 7-3 Outlaws lead here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 in already. They're looking to add more with just 1 out. And that's going to hit Cherry. And now they're going to have runners on first and second with just 1 out. And in steps the leadoff man who they've yet to retire, but he's also yet to get a hit in Xander Martinez. And out goes Tolar. And with this, we'd like to thank our partner, Quick Care Medical Services. Quick Care Medical Services in Scottsbluff for all of life's little emergencies. You have a choice when it comes to your health care, and at Quick Care we are here to help. A walk-in clinic here to help. Quick Care Medical Services in Scottsbluff. And they're going to pull Taylor. Looks like they're going to go to Hogan possibly to pitch.
Looked like he was going to go get a glove. So I don't know if it's getting a glove to pitch or glove to maybe play outfield, but looked like, yeah, he might. Or he might actually move to third. He also plays third base. That would make more sense. Didn't think he'd be pitching. Again, he's only here until middle of June, where he'll go take place in the draft combine.
It looks like Zamaripa showing off that utility so far today. And Hogan's going to move over to third. Macarini's going to come off the bench and play first. So does that kill their DH?
I think it just shows that it'll be position players pitching the rest of the game, so it doesn't really matter if you kill the DH or not.
That is true. Again, these limited bullpens can be a little tough.
Oh.
This is now the 5th different position Samaripa has played in only 4 games with these Pioneers.
A little bit of a tussle out there between some Outlaws players having a little bit of fun.
Again, they're showing off that camaraderie and that chemistry. They have played the most games so far in this Front Range League.
So just guys being dudes. And while we have a break, let you know tonight's broadcast brought to you by Clean Harbors. For more than a quarter of a century, Clean Harbors have been providing environmental and industrial waste management services to Kimball and the surrounding communities. They are the industry-leading provider of treatment, incineration, destruction, and disposal of hazardous waste in North America. They are proud to bring sustainable jobs and waste management services to the area and pride themselves on being an integral part of the surrounding communities. Clean Harbors, people and technology creating a better environment. Again, Zamaripa has come in. He's kind of been that utility guy. Now he gets a chance to pitch. And at this point, again, it's kind of similar to what we saw last night. You're just trying to, all hands on deck, get through this game. And you get a day off tomorrow. Hopefully reset yourself a little bit going forward.
Yeah, it is going. They're getting a little bit of a break next week. Again, it's going to be 7-inning games this weekend for both of these teams. We'll see how the Outlaws handle that tomorrow with the 7-inning game on a 5th straight day of playing.
And maybe he'll be the first one to finally force Martinez to put a ball in play.
That is what we saw from the position player Macarini last night. Was just pretty much lobbing it over the plate. He was able to make it work, though.
And again, in a spot like this, you're down by 4. You're not exactly in the same spot Macarini was, where he had to come in and protect a lead.
You are trying to limit damage here, though. The 0 to Martinez. Misses low. That's going to get off the catcher Raff, and both runners will advance.
And that's really the one thing you wanted to avoid, was throwing a wild pitch or walking a batter. That was the one thing Macarini came in and did. He made sure his pitches were over the zone. He wasn't walking anybody and got outs. But right there, that pitch just got away from him.
And Xander Martinez looking for RBIs 2 and 3 out there. The pitch from Zamaripa misses high for ball 2. And if the Outlaws are able to somehow score 6 more in this inning, the game will be over. It's now 3-0 here on Martinez. Do have the dangerous part of that lineup coming up. The 3-0. Lands for strike one. The 3-1. Misses away for ball four, and is the fourth time Xander Martinez has reached in just 4 innings. Still is yet to put a ball in play, though. And in steps Tegan Maloney. Throw to Maloney. Misses low for ball one.
You want to force somebody to put a ball in play here.
Misses again. It's now 2-0 here on Tegan Maloney, who's 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Walks have been a struggle once again tonight for the Pioneers pitching. The 0-2 swung on, flied out to center field. That's going to be caught. Tagging is banning. That's going to be a sac fly for Tegan Maloney. A great catch out there in center field.
Yeah, Jacob Solis has played a really good center field today. He's been able to cover a lot of ground. Able to bring that in, and that really did end up saving at least 1 run, if not more, if it gets by him. And it's a big out number 2.
The umpires are having a talk.
Just wanted to make sure he confirmed, because Hogan went over to tag third just to make sure that Kingston Lee, or in fact, actually it was Luke Banning, did in fact tag from third, and he did.
It's now 8-3 Outlaws. First pitch to Onnested, fouled back for strike one.
And that's exactly what you wanted to see from Zamaripa. Force him to put it in play, let your defense do its job, get these outs, and try to do the same here for Onnested.
There's now 2 outs, runners on first and second. Onnested looking to extend the inning. The 0-1. Swung on, popped up out to center field, and Solis. He's got it for out number 3, but not before the Outlaws add 3 to that lead. It is now 8-3. Outlaws lead the Pioneers on that West Coast scoreboard. We're going to the top of the 6th here on KNAB and the Front Range League Network. Welcome back in, folks. I am Bob Parsons. I'm joined by Lucas Macklin. And it is Marcel Alexander's second inning of work here as the Outlaws add 3 to that lead. It is now 8-3. The Outlaws lead the Pioneers. It's going to be Tawara, Solis, and Harvey for Alexander to face, 2 of those being lefties. See what the lefty Alexander can do here. Most efficient inning so far as an Outlaw was last inning. 2 punch-outs and a fly out to left. The first pitch to Tawara. Swung on and missed on the off-speed.
It seems like he's really finding that touch on that off-speed pitch. dropping it out of the zone. Last couple of outings, he's looked a lot better. That's been good to see.
The 0-1. Just misses low for ball 1. I hate to keep tooting the Riddle horn, but he was one of the Riddlers, and so was Brock Berry.
Might be something to that.
We'll see you again tomorrow. The 1-1 misses in for ball 2. You'd love to see Alexander get these lefties, especially we know it's hard for lefties to see lefties. See if he can get them here. The 2-1. Swung on, hit hard. That's going to get through the hole there. Nice lefty-lefty single from Daiki Tawara. Second time he's reached today. He doubled and scored back in the 4th. And in steps Jacob Solis. Center fielder made a couple incredible plays out there.
Yeah, see if he can find some grass. Hit the ball well his first time up, then was struck out looking. Back in the 4th by Berry.
Misses outside for ball 1. Again, it's getting ahead in those counts that really allows you to control the situation if you're the pitcher. That's what Berry was doing so well earlier. The 1-0. Misses outside again for ball 2. Again, up 5. Walks are your worst enemy. The 2-0. Swung on and missed for strike 1. He's got a lot of movement on those pitches. It's really fooling these Pioneers hitters so far. 2-1 on its way. Misses again, is now 3-1. Like we said, when he's living in the zone, he's really successful. But when he's unable to find the zone, that's when he runs into trouble. And if you're pitching coach AC and head coach McCoy, you really want him to just pound strikes right now. The 3-1. Up and in for ball 4, and that's the last thing you needed. We talked about it yesterday. Just opening that crack for the Pioneers. Opening that door. Possibly make a comeback here, down 5. With just 6 more outs to go here in this one. And steps Harvey. Runners on first and second. Nobody out here for Marcel Alexander. Christian McKernan still down there in that bullpen. First pitch to Harvey, swung on and missed for strike 1. Harvey was one of those big strikeouts to end that game yesterday. See if
he can find some adjustments against him. It was that same pitch that he just swung at that got him to finish that at bat. See if he can try to hold up on it next time.
The 0-1 on its way from Alexander. Swung on and missed. And Marcel has Harvey in a pretzel here, down 0-2. See if Alexander can put him away here, or if Harvey can make a in-at-bat adjustment. The 0-2. He hit him, and that's the last thing you needed. He had him 0-2, and he hits him right in the back.
That one hurts because, again, you had him at 0-2, and you just lost it on that one.
And out comes pitching coach AC.
You know, in the blink of an eye, the tying run is on deck. Now Christian McKernan out there getting warm. Assuming it's still him down there. Kind of tough to see.
See if he can escape this jam here without giving up too much damage. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. And in steps Jackson Raff, the catcher. First pitch to Raff, lands for strike 1. Raff has been swinging a hot bat for these Pioneers. He's 1 for 2 today. 0-1. Misses low. Great block back there by Banning to keep the runners where they're at.
It's another one he lost and almost hit another batter.
You're Marcel, you just kind of got to simplify things. Don't even worry about the hitter, just hitting that catcher's mitt up 5. Swung on, grounded. The throw home is going to be in time. They're going to try and get 2. It's going to get over Lee Jones's head. 1 run will come in. Harvey's going to be held at third. And that is a mistake that just can't happen. They probably didn't have him at first base, but you can't let that ball get by you.
Yeah, and that's the whole point is you didn't even have a play at first. You weren't ever going to get him. But instead, you allow a run to score for really no reason. They do get a big out at home. It was a good play initially by Kingston Lee over at third. But again, it's a young catcher back there. It's one of those you got to hold on. No reason to make that throw over to first. But again, it's also a play you need your first baseman to be able to glove.
And there's strike 1, so now the pitcher, Zamaripa. That's going to get by the catcher Banning. He can't find it. Harvey will scoot home. Raff out to second base now. And that lead has just become a lot more manageable. Now just 3. It's now 8-5 on that West Coast scoreboard.
Yeah, it looked like he thought he had actually gloved it to stop it, but instead it did get by him.
Misses again on the outer half. It's now 2-1. See if Alexander can battle back here. Swung on and missed. Count is going to even here at 2-2. Zamaripa got that first pioneer hit in his last at-bat. Looking to do it again. Two on its way from Alexander. Swung on, grounded, left side, fielded. Lee can't handle it. And Zamaripa's going to reach. Raff will stay at second. But another base runner here with just 1 out.
Another one where that just can't happen. I mean, that is one of those. It was a bit of a slow roller, but Lee just tried to play it too quickly. Had time to make that play, but instead Zamaripa gets a free base, and with that, the tying run is at the plate in the form of Feldman, who did homer yesterday.
And this infield has taken another victim. That infield grass playing a little long right now. Probably didn't give as less of a bounce the King was anticipating, as Feldman pops that one up to the right side, and that's going to get down. They're just going to throw to second base and get Zamaripa, who's waiting for the ball to be caught.
Yeah, Bennett Cherry just never saw it off the bat, and so you had the right fielder Murillo come in. Smart play just to go to second to get an out. So there are 2 away.
It's a big out to get here in Lancaster. First pitch in the dirt, gets away from Banning. Not enough that Raff comes home, but enough that Feldman gets to second.
Again, you're in the top of the 6th here. A single here would cut this lead to just 1. And even though it doesn't tie the game, that would be huge going into the final 3 frames.
The 1-0. Swung on, fouled off to the right side. For strike 1, count's going to even.
And Lancaster so far 0 for 3. He struck out swinging 3 times, but we saw this in the game against the Wranglers. He was 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts, and then singled down the left field line to score 2. He does not let his previous at-bats affect him when he's at that plate.
The 1-1. Did he go? They're going to say he didn't. It's now 2-1.
That was a close one. They did end up checking at the field umpire, but him being behind the pitcher, it's impossible to tell from back there.
The 2-1 on its way. Swung on, hit out to center, and caught out there by Maloney for out number 3. The Pioneers strike with 2, but the Outlaws still lead by 3, 8-5 on that West Coast scoreboard. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th here. You are listening to KNEB and the Front Range League Network. Welcome back in, folks. I'm Bob Parsons. I'm joined by Lucas Macklin. Here we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pioneers strike with 2 in the top half to respond to the Outlaws 3. The Outlaws lead 8-5. And on for his first full inning of work is Ray Zamaripa for the Pioneers. He is going to be facing Jones, Kingston Lee, and Murillo.
After walking Xander Martinez the first time he saw him, he is able to get a couple outs there. See if he can get some quick outs in this inning, keep that lead at 3, and give the Pioneers to try to get those 3 runs in the 7th to avoid a loss.
Again, you're just trying to hold them here and keep this one within striking distance. Zamaripa sets. Low to Jones. Misses low for ball 1. See if Jones can find some power here and turn this into a non-save situation. The 1-0 misses again. It's now 2-0. 2-0 to Jones, misses again, is now 3-0. Jones out of Toronto, Canada. Had an opportunity to talk it with him on the post-game show after Wednesday's high-scoring affair. He's a big Tim Hortons fan. The 3-0 misses away, lands for strike 1. It's now 3-1 here. McKernan's down in that bullpen. Misses for ball 4, low and away.
You know, at that point, when you get down to Lee Jones, you don't want to just leave something over the heart of the plate. Don't mind that, but got to be able to come after these next guys. You got to avoid the walks if you're in this spot here, if you're Zamaripa.
Although Lee Jones is having himself a nice little night. A single, a double, scored on the double. See if he can add a triple or a home run here. Oh, misses low for ball 1. See what Kingston Lee can do here. There goes Lee Jones. No throw. He got a pretty good jump there on Zamaripa. Kingston Lee, the Big Island native, going to school up at Skagit Valley College up in Washington State.
It's a long stretch from Zamaripa, so allows the guy with Lee Jones to get that stolen base.
2-0 lands for strike one. The 2-1. Swung on, grounded, foul. Good play by Coach McCoy over there at third base, Coach. Gotta love it from the former infielder. It's now 2-2 here on Kingston Lee. Misses low for ball three. Count's gonna run full. Coach McCoy played over at UW Platteville, same school as Xander Martinez up in Wisconsin. Zamaripa steps off and fakes a throw. The payoff. Misses high for ball four. Back-to-back walks to start this inning. And in steps Isaiah Murillo, who's got a double and a walk, and he grounded into a double play. So he's 1 for 2 today with that walk. Love to see the Gering native do some damage here.
And if you're Zamaripa, you just got to find your way in the zone. That's really what it comes down to.
Get outs. That's what you need here. If you give up one run, that's not the end of the world. Don't want to let this one get out of hand here. The 0 to Murillo. Jones goes. He's going to slide in safely. Both runners will go. A little double steal there from Coach McCoy.
Again, another long windup allowing both runners to advance.
The 0-1 fouled back for strike two.
It was going to be close play at third as well. Hogan just couldn't quite glove it.
Lee Jones has a good read on Zamaripa's rhythm here. The 1-1 swung on, line down that right field line. That's going to get down for a base hit. Murillo's going for two. He's going to stand up. Kingston Lee held at third. Murillo's got his second double of the night. Again, those walks lead to damage here in that Outlaws lineup. Now in steps Grady Manuel. It's now 9-5 Outlaws lead. First pitch from Zamaripa misses outside for ball one. Here to the Texas native from Floresville, Texas.
Also talked with him. Had a little heart-to-heart. Both now Fernando Mendoza fans. I'm an IU grad. He's a Raiders fan. A little bit in common there.
Swung on and missed on the 1-0 count for strike two. Pardon me, strike one.
I myself will obviously be rooting for the Raiders as well.
It is a 1-1 count here on Grady Manuel with runners on second and third. Ball misses out. Ball two. It's now 2-1 here. Raiders looking to turn some things around. Brought in Kirk Cousins as well, a good veteran presence.
Also beefed up the offensive line, which I thought was really good.
The 2-1 swung on and missed on the off speed. For strike two here.
Brought in I believe, the Seahawks offensive coordinator for their head coaching job.
They did. Clint Kubiak.
I think that's also a great hire.
Very good offense that he ran with Jackson Smith and Jigba. The 2-2 here to Manuel. Swung on and missed for strike three, and that's out number one in the inning.
Love to see that, get that out there. Just keep attacking these batters. That's really what you got to do.
Into the right-handed batter's box is Luke Banning, one of those Banning brothers from Utah. First pitch to Luke. Swung on a miss for strike one.
So he's already got 2 RBIs on the night after his last hit. He was hunting for 2 more there.
Yep, and you got to imagine with the slow outfield grass that you're going to get those 2 runs pretty easily. Swung on, fouled off. It's now 0-2.
Also with no one holding Murillo over at second, massive lead he is getting.
Murillo also speedy, athletic, can play almost anywhere. He has played center field for these Outlaws. Looks like he's about a fourth of the way to third. Swung on, popped up. Probably payable for Macarini, who ranges over and gets it in foul territory. He's going to tag up and go home as Kingston Lee, as nobody was home. And a mental mistake there from the Pioneers leads to the 10th run of the night for the Outlaws.
Yeah, no one was covering home there. Macarini obviously going to make the play. Raff was going over to see if he could make the play too. That's got to be on Zamaripa to get down there to cover. And again, as a guy who probably hasn't pitched a lot in his career, just didn't have that in his head. And Kingston Lee, very smart play to tag and score there.
This is what happens when you have position players pitch. Those mental mistakes can happen. And in steps Bennett Cherry.
He's yet to be retired tonight.
First pitch misses in. He has a single, he's walked, and he's gotten a hit by pitch. See what he can do here, see if he can knock in that last run here with 2 outs. Takes strike one. Murillo likely to score if a ball gets away from Raff here. The 1-1. Swung on, hit well. That's going to get down for an RBI single from Bennett Cherry. And that's going to get by Harvey in the outfield. Cherry's going to move into second. And again, the outfield strikes once again. Now there's another runner in scoring position now for the top of the order in Xander Martinez, who is yet to be retired tonight, also yet to put a ball in play.
Yeah, this 9-1 spot has been excellent for the Outlaws in this game.
That's kind of been a theme so far when they've been able to pull out wins. It is now 5-1 Outlaws here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We are only playing 7 tonight, so the Pioneers will have 3 outs to score at least 6. As that first pitch misses in for ball 1.
Asked this last time, will Zamaripa force Martinez to put the ball in play?
The 1-0 swung on and missed for strike 1.
Looks like Martinez wants to hit the ball. Took a big hack at that one.
Gotta imagine he does. The guys aren't here this summer to walk. The swung on, grounded to short. Lancaster Fields throws on to first. It's picked by Macarini for out number 3. First time Xander Martinez is retired tonight, and we will head to the top of the 7th here at Oregon Trail Park. The Outlaws lead 11-5 on that West Coast scoreboard. You are listening to KNEB and the Front Range League Network. Welcome back in, folks, for the top of the 7th. Last half inning, if the Outlaws can hold the Pioneers to just 5. On to pitch, it looks like, is Christian McKernan, who's played first and third for these Outlaws. Another position player on the bump tonight in this Front Range League action. It won't be easy for McKernan as he will face Macarini, Hogan, and Tawara in the 3, 4, and 5 spots in the order. Digging into that right-handed batter's box is Macarini. Christian McKernan is not a small man, standing at 6'3", 205. He has power in that bat. Let's see if he has power in that arm. The first pitch lands for strike 1. It's Macarini, who's now playing first base for the Pioneers. Started the game at DH. Second pitch to Macarini. This is high for ball 1. See what McKernan's got here for this heart of the Pioneers order. They will need to plate 6, though, if they want to keep playing. Ball misses away for ball 2. The 2-1 for McKernan. Lands on the outer half for strike 2. We'll see if McKernan has a put-away pitch here for Macarini. The 2-2 misses. It's going to put the count full.
Got a 6-run lead to work with. You want to force Macarini to beat you here.
Swung on and missed on the fastball at the top of the zone for strike 3 from Christian McKernan. That is the 11th strikeout of the night for Outlaws pitching.
And again, they have just 1 walk in the game so far.
Also a hit by pitch. So those 2 free passes. But 2 free passes to 11 strikeouts is a good night for a pitching staff.
In any level.
Any level. And we'll see what Jack Hogan is going to do here against Christian McKernan. The 0-0. 2 home run hitters squaring off. The first one goes up and in to Hogan. I believe they're both tied for the lead in the Front Range League in home runs with 2.
Both with 2.
Misses up and away for ball 2.
Do you give the tiebreaker to Lee Jones, who has 2 in the same game? Or do you give them the tiebreaker since they 2 in separate games? You also have Onnested, who also has 2.
And that one is skied way up there. Could be playable. It is not. It is going to be out of play in that Outlaws bullpen.
You also have Ty Ramsey, who I also believe hit 2 home runs in the same game as well.
There are also 2 grand slams hit. One for Lee Jones, one for Seth Onnested. What value do you add on to that?
Who's leading the Front Range League in RBIs?
Jaden Barrio is leading the Outlaws with 9.
Hogan does have 11 on the season, actually 12 including today.
You'd love to add another one here, though home runs do kill rallies. 2-1 misses high for ball 3.
Currently there isn't really a rally to kill, but you would like to start one.
They have Morgan Dorlack over in the bullpen as he walks Hogan. Steps Tawara, who's been a tough out so far this summer.
He's also put the ball in play in every single at-bat he's been a part of except for one when he took a walk. He has not struck out yet.
And that smooth lefty swing, and those speedy neon green cleats. Oh, to Tawara, misses in for ball one. First lefty McKernan is going to face. This is up and away for ball two. If you're McKernan, you just got to simplify. You just got to hit the glove. Even if Tawara hits one 600 feet here, you still have a 4-run lead. Tawara lines it to third, gloved by Kingston. Throw over to second is dropped, and Hogan will be safe at second base. And you got to be able to bring that in. It's these errors and these walks that are going to cause you some trouble in this one.
Yeah, you got to be able to bring that in if you're Bennett Cherry over at second. That's a tough one. So really good play by Lee to knock it down. It's close to see whether he was going to bring it in on the line or if Hogan was going to have to go back. Would have had a chance at second, but instead both runners are safe.
This is up and away for ball one. It's one out in the inning. McKernan is a ground ball away from finishing this one out. The 1-0. This is high for ball two. To a pitch. Swung on, hit well out to left field. That's going to be off the wall. Hogan will score. Tawara will be held at third. And they cut into that lead with the Jacob Solis double off the wall.
You love to see that from Solis, staying hot. Played some really good defense and was able to get into one there. Just missed his second home run of the season as well.
And in steps the lefty Harvey, who's also looking for his second home run of the season.
Still got a few batters until the tying run's up. Still got to go after these batters. Still got that 5-run lead.
See what McKernan can do here with runners on second and third. First pitch misses high to Harvey. It's been an on-base machine for these Pioneers. Fouled off. The catcher, it looks like, Banning for strike one. Looks like Grady Manuel might be down in the pen. He did finish that game against the Wranglers in Brush the other day. 1-1. Misses for ball two. McCoy would love to save the arms, though, tonight.
So he also pitched a scoreless inning in the game on Wednesday against the Outlaws, or against the Pioneers as well.
Misses for ball three. It's now 3-1 here on Deshaun Harvey. Playing left field tonight. Made a couple mistakes out there. He'd love to make up for it here. 3-1. Swung on, bounced foul. Count will run full. Gotta imagine McKernan's gonna go with that fastball to try and get Harvey here. McKernan, the Denver native. 3-2. Swung on, fouled right back at us. If there was no net, that would have gone right to us.
Would have had an opportunity. I think they got to take that net down just at least just a little bit. Give us an opportunity up here.
Yeah, that might have also taken out the window, but
These windows got to be baseball proof, right?
gotta imagine. The pitch to Harvey skied. Maloney's under it. The runner will tag. A long throw. They almost got him. They did! Oh my goodness! Tegan Maloney! What a throw! The pitcher turned outfielder for the Outlaws throws a cannon from center field that you might see on ESPN later tonight.
It's just you got to slide there. If you are Tawara, he just didn't slide, and it was a throw that was just perfect to make the tag on the back as that game ends on a crazy web gem from Tegan Maloney.
Obviously, we've talked about how good of a pitcher he is. We'll talk about that more after the break here on KNEB and the Front Range League Network.
I am waiting for a bus at the end of the night under street lamp, red face flamed by the light. I'm going away. I'm gone away. I'm gone away. And the sun gonna shine on a brand new day. Must be somewhere welcome me into the fold. Blooming flowers, as much as I can hold. I'm gone away. I'm gone away. I'm gone away. And the sun gonna shine on a brand new day for me. A brand new day for love. Brand new day for me. Brand new day for love. Yeah, I'm motorboating. I'm gone away. I'm gone away. I'm gone away. Yeah. And the sun gonna shine on a brand new day for me. A brand new day for love. Brand new day for me. Brand new day for love. Brand new day for me. Brand new day for love. Brand new day for me. Brand new day for love. Yeah.
Open eyes to see the day the universe is made for me. Take time to breathe in now. Hop out of bed in time to repeat the story once again. But this time might be different. A minute feels like it's closing in at a distance. Strange love can play.
Welcome back, folks. I'm Bob Parsons. I'm joined by the starting pitcher from tonight, Brock Berry, who went 4 innings, striking out 8 here on the Runza postgame show. Brock, what was working for you tonight?
I think the biggest thing tonight was the sequence of my pitches. I'd always start out with either curveball or fastball and then kind of work off the first pitch strike, whether I, bounce it or maybe a high fastball. But Tunneling was really good tonight, which led to me having a lot of success.
Yeah, we were seeing that up in the booth. You were able to run that, whether you started them with the inside fastball, you had to use that breaking ball off of that. Was that kind of the game plan going in from Coach AC, or was that Luke Banning behind the plate calling those pitches?
That was the biggest game plan going into the game. My last start against the Wranglers, I was kind of leaving everything middle, and curveball was popping out of the hand. So did some work yesterday and worked on getting that curveball down and the fastball down as well, and it worked out, and it showed in the game.
Yeah, you looked incredible. How about that throw from Tegan Maloney, and how about the vibes in the dugout all throughout tonight? We saw something weird going on when they were warming up Zamaripo. Do you know what was going on over there?
We were just having fun. We had little cups on our ears. We had a little rally going, and that throw from Tegan was crazy. I mean, that was one of the best throws I've ever seen in my life, and right on the money. The guy probably should have slid, but you know what? That's all right. And, yeah, it worked out for us.
Again, one of the best throws that I've ever seen as well, especially live at a baseball game. It was pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Going into this weekend, what's kind of your guys' goal, and kind of into this next week? You guys back to 500 now?
I think the biggest goal is to keep consistency with everybody, whether it's hitting or pitching. And today we hit really good. But a couple games that we lost, we were slacking. But once we get everything together, I think the biggest thing is consistency, like I said, and I think it'll lead to us winning more games.
How about those riddles? Ever since that bus ride back, we just lost one game and took home 3 W's against these Pioneers.
I think those riddles helped us,
Yeah, worked the brain a little bit.
I think they opened up our brains, and had to think outside the box, but also inside the box, and had a lot of fun on them bus trips, and always do. So,
yeah, can we get one more fun fact? I know we got one earlier with the Rubik's Cube. Can we get one more for the fans?
One more fun fact. Let's see. I'm a pretty good guitar player, I would say.
What's your favorite song to play?
Lady May by Tyler Childers.
Awesome. I love it. I appreciate it, Brock. Love the start tonight, and hopefully going forward, continue that success and those punch-outs as well. 8 and 4 innings for Brock, getting the win tonight, I believe.
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Bob.
We'll head to break here on KNEB and the Front Range League Network. Do you want to do the read?
I can do it.
Or-
Welcome back into the Runza post-game show. Runza doesn't like to think of themselves as just another restaurant in town. They like to think of themselves as a part of the community. Runza with locations in Scottsbluff, Gering, Shadron, and Alliance. Outlaws win 11-6. It was a good back and forth game, but really the star of the show was the pitching for the Outlaws, top to bottom. Really avoiding those big innings, avoiding the walks, especially those first two guys in Brock Berry and Marcel Alexander.
Yeah, Brock Berry pitched excellent, like you said earlier. Only 2 walks this year, both of them coming in that last start. And he talked about that tunneling. We were kind of talking about it on that broadcast. I was talking about the way he was working that fastball off of the slider was incredible tonight from him.
And again, the Pioneers overall pitching wasn't bad by any means. Down the stretch a little bit, those last couple innings dealt with some walk issues. But Peyton Markheim came in, dealt with some defense issues, walked a couple of batters here and there, gave up a couple of runs, gave up 3 earned runs, I believe, and then Chase Taylor came in. He pitched pretty well overall. That last inning he pitched, again, dealt with a little bit of command issues. He looks really good. And then Zamaripa just came in trying to mop it up a little bit. Offensively for the Pioneers, it was a pretty even approach throughout the entire offense. It's kind of the way they've been playing all this year, is that they've been playing pretty equal overall. Good game from the Pioneers, but again, the Outlaws able to come out on top offensively, making those big plays, getting those big hits, and then pitching and defense for the most part was excellent for them as well.
And again, just taking advantage of those mistakes, those compound errors from the Pioneers, whether that's a mistake pitch over the heart of the plate and then walking the next guy, that's going to cause you some damage, and that's how you get to 11 runs if you're the Outlaws offense, and that's kind of been the story of the year for the Pioneers pitching whenever they play the Outlaws especially.
Yeah, and at the bottom line, Bennett Cherry came in big, couple of hits, couple of walks, did a good job setting the top of the lineup, and then at the top of the lineup, Xander Martinez went, to start the game 4 for 4 for reaching bases, 3 walks and a hit by pitch before grounding out. So that 9-1 spot was really big for the Pioneers, getting set up for those big bats right after. And Tegan Maloney, Seth Onnested, and Lee Jones, as you mentioned, the throw from Tegan Maloney into the game was excellent. It's one of those plays you got to look back and be like, I think we might need to put that play in the top 10 consideration.
Yeah, another shout out to Isaiah Murillo. 2 doubles tonight from him. It was either him or Brock Berry for our player of the game. 2 doubles, an RBI, a walk. Just being a really good guy in the middle of that order to kind of keep things going and finding a way to pass the stick, which is really what led them to win this game, is just guys putting together good at-bats back to back.
Once again, Outlaws win 11-6. They get back to 500. Pioneers move to 3-4 on the season. Both these teams have a matchup against the Wranglers this week. I'll talk about that and more after a short break here on the Runza postgame show.
Welcome back in, folks. I'm Bob Parsons. I'm joined by my partner, Lucas Macklin. We had a good one for you tonight, folks, as the Outlaws take down the Pioneers 11-6 and 7 here. A 7-inning short game to try and save some of that pitching, especially for this weekend coming up.
Yeah, and looking forward to this weekend. It'll be the Outlaws taking on the Wranglers in Fort Morgan. That'll be a 7-inning affair as well before Fort Morgan, I believe, plays a game after that against the Fort Morgan 19U team. At least that is what the schedule is currently standing as. And then the Pioneers also travel to Fort Morgan. They will play the Wranglers in a 7-inning affair as well on Sunday. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe tomorrow's game for the Outlaws will start at 4:05.
I believe that is the start time. The bus will leave at noon. Arrival time around 2 for those looking to get there at the ballpark right as the players do. Although I believe gates don't open until 3 because it is that home opener there in the Fort Morgan. They played in Brush this last Tuesday, have yet to play a game in that Fort Morgan stadium.
For those looking for the broadcast, tomorrow will be exclusively on the Front Range League Network. You can catch Bob Parsons giving the call there, and then on Sunday we'll have the Pioneers on the Front Range League Network as well as on KNEB. As always, take us out.
I am Bob Parsons, and this is Lucas Macklin. Thank you for listening and watching to Outlaws and Pioneers Baseball here on KNAB and the Front Range League Network. Good night, folks.